What the finance? Oh, wallet romance. Welcome to the 21-day money challenge, an initiative to help and grow your money as much as you can. Use these tips, tricks, and tools in your personal finance as well as your business finance. Share your journey and remember, you're not alone. Show some love by smashing the thumbs up button so that it can reach more people, and do comment on your progress. Are you ready? Let's get started for today. Hey folks, it's already day 4 of our 21-day money challenge. So I hope you guys are doing well and having a lot of bucks coming your way, or at least thinking on those lines with better financial awareness. All right, so today we are going to be talking about two aspects of your finance, which also means you have two things to do for today's activity. But well, the activities are quite easy and simple, isn't it? So, shouldn't be a problem, I guess. Right. So, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the benefit. The benefit of savings. Now, day one, we already saw the why you want to go, but today we need to be going a little deeper to find out what's behind that why, and obviously there must be some benefit there for you, right? In the sense, what's in it for me is a question that you need to ask yourself. So, with regard to your financial goals, of course, today, again, let me give you a little more clarity by explaining with our hero Sid, so that you know what exactly you need to be doing for today's activity. Ready? Right. So, in day one, when we spoke about Sid's financial goals, we saw, how he had set himself the goals for the short term, medium term, and the long term. Now, like I said, if we need to deep dive a little more and find out, here's how you need to go about it. So, again, going back to Sid, like we know, has been a spendthrift, and he also felt that his goals were lofty to achieve. So, how do you think he got away with this negative mindset that he had built for himself? So, what he did was to convert it and look at it positively. And what is the positive aspect is to see what the underlying benefits are by achieving the goals that he has set for himself. So, let's probe in a little more. So, if you recall, Sid's short term goal, what was it? You remember? It was to get that extra technical qualification that he wanted, and he wanted to take up the course, complete the exam, and upskill himself and upgrade himself in his domain knowledge. So, while he wanted to do this, what do you think he thought were the benefits? So, the benefits he felt was by achieving this, he would get a sense of accomplishment, and feel very happy about what he has achieved, because he will feel accomplished that he's got one more degree or accomplishment to his credit. So one was he felt he would get a sense of accomplishment. Now, apart from that, he also realized that it could also mean possibilities for a faster career growth by completing this course. And knowledge is power, so he's felt like he will be more mentally wiser, and that would give him a lot of power as well. And again, he also thought it would be good for him to show off the exams that he's passed on social media and get those extra likes and the encouraging comments, and of course that gives him a dopamine high as well, right? So he listed down what his benefits were by accomplishing his short-term goals. If you were to look at his medium-term goals was to have his own startup, right? And what were the benefits that he saw in it? By having his own startup, he felt his passion, his dream would come true, because he'd been aspiring to have his own startup, his own setup, his own organization for quite some time. So that would again make him feel like wow about himself. So he wanted to do that. And then another benefit that he saw was he was always wanting to be his own boss. So he felt by having his own startup, that wish of his would also come true, where he would be the boss. And of course, by being his own boss, and he felt he would grow financially better, and that would lead him to accomplish his long-term goals as well. If you remember, his long-term goal was to set up the school in his village, right? So he realized by accomplishing his short-term goal to further lead him and take him closer towards his long-term goals. So he realized, but the benefit of starting the school in his village was uh, the school didn't have a great school. At present, he wanted to bring like world class education so that the next generation of students wouldn't have to really travel far away from the village. And for him as well, he realized, he wanted to leave a legacy behind. He wanted to call it the SIDS Academy, right? So he said even after much after he is gone, he would still have the school in his village, and that was his way he felt of giving back to his community and to his village, and he would live forever in their hearts. So these were the benefits that Sid saw by accomplishing each of his goals. So my friends, what are yours? What are the benefits by achieving the financial goals that you have set for yourself? So think through, take time off, and list them down. The second aspect I wanted to talk to you about today was, the phobia. Many people have this money phobia as well. For whatever reasons, they think like, oh, managing money is too difficult, or I don't want to be having this extra burden, it's a hassle, I don't know how to manage. Full of excuses, right? Are you one of those? So don't worry, here's a way out. Wondering how? Let me tell you, just go mad. Mad? Yes, you heard me right, go mad. I told you I'm an acronym person, right? So MAD is an acronym again. So what does it stand for? M is the mindset. Everything depends on what sort of mindset you have. Not just about money or finance, but about anything in life. So if you're able to have the right sort of mindset, right, then that changes a whole lot of things for you. So think about the mindset that you have, and if you do not have the right sort of mindset, it's time to work on it and change it, because money is good for you. Money is good when it's in the hands of good people like you. So change your mindset and change your beliefs. We already spoke about beliefs. So M is for the mindsets. A is for the attitude. What is your attitude towards money? Is it like, oh, I don't care, or let money come and go, whatever? And people have different sort of attitudes with different things. So what is your attitude towards money? Do you think you have the right sort of attitude? If not, set that right as well. It is all in the mind, and it's just a way how you program your mind. And D stands for develop. Now, if you think you're not too good with money management or handling money, or money matters, it's no rocket science. You just need to develop and upskill yourself, and you will be right there. So see what it needs to take to develop that mindset, develop that attitude, and develop your thought process, and see what it takes to acquire those skills so that you can enhance your financial awareness, financial prudence, and take the right financial decisions, right? So that is your second activity for today, to see how you can go mad. So your mindset, your attitude, and how you're going to develop it. It is all just a mind game. It all depends on how you're going to program your mind, program on how you can take things forward the way you want it to be, right? So the two things you need to do are, of course, to write about the mad, how you can go mad with your mindset, attitude, and develop the right things. And the first thing that we discussed already, what was that? Your benefits. I almost forgot that. Yeah. So think about the benefits, list the benefits of your financial goals, and see how you can go mad. So that is your activity for today. So list them down, and yes, if you have any queries or comments, do post it in the comments below, and I'll see how best I can help them out for you. Good luck with it, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.